So, you want to make a donut in Blender. It is very important to find you want to make a donut in Blender, so it's important to find a torus. Yes, a torus is a shape greatly appreciated for creating donuts. You wouldn't be able to make a donut with a cinder block now, would you? Now, having your torus means that you have to give your donut enough segments around 6 or 7 with a radius that could emphasize greatly on the thickness, on the greatness of your donut. Now, as you have created enough BF, align your segments closely to the shape of the perfect donut you would want to have in this bloody world. Of course, it is important to properly label your materials. In this case, your donut, because if you label it as a bucket, you would be greatly transgressing into the immoral planes of the donut world. Now, grab your node editor and fling yourself into adding texture, into adding this editor, which gives you the ability to put settings that no other man on this earth has even thought of putting. Put forth your image that you would like to use as this placeholder material, on which you would soon also be painting your sweetful donut delight. Do you see what I am talking about? This texture now has the ability to be shaped and morphed beyond any kind of limitations that usually reality just puts before you. So increase its breadth, increase its randomness, so it would not look like some perfect donut that is put from some perfect factory that is impossible, that is legal! Yes, it is legal! You cannot have such perfect donuts! That is why sling little mesh around! Put the dough in places that machines have been unable to properly shape! Give it some sweetness around its corners! Give it some bumps! Give it some life! Otherwise, it would just look like some disgusting donut made perfect in perfection by somewhat, I ask you, by some perfect machine. This is made by man, made by human, made by woman. I don't know who in which, but it is important to you to get the facts straight. Go put your texture now and give it some sweet orange or, human-like skin on top and around. And don't forget to put it everywhere. Otherwise, you would be stuck with shadows of a strange texture which would make people question if you have mixed the ingredients a bit too badly. If you have put some clay in your donut, you don't want them to think that there is clay, would you now? No. No. But of course, if you put the dough, would you forget about the sugar? Would you forget about the sweet, icy topping that is in the color of pink? I was going to say purple. Purple is not a color. It is not a color. Pink is a color. You put it forth as if the sweetness has been poured from the top, hugging around the dough, giving it such great texture that you would be crying if not for your courage to never cry when doing donuts. You can cry after the fact. Do you get it? It is so simple and beautiful at the same time. But of course, are we forgetting the fact that there's also sprinkles? Did you forget that you can put even further delight on your mouse-shaped donut? Yes, get yourself in the image, please. Add another texture called sprinkles. What are sprinkles, you ask? They are white little dots on a black background. But you would be like, why black background? Because you need a black background to alpha it out existence. You would be thinking that is insane, but I am going to assure you that having the alpha layer, which creates transparency, is the best course of action any human on this world could even take. So take it. Never look back. Following what you can see, following on the screen, you go to your node editor and put forth your, sprinkles there, which you will then connect after you've, of course, named it properly so it would know where to find into this mix note, into which you would be able to blend in the things together, so you would have this alpha layer. Of course, you have to paint them on top so it would know, where it is, of course. Using the texture paint. The texture paint is like a bucket, which you throw at the wall and you have great Leonardo da Vinci artwork. But in this case, you have donut artwork with great sprinkles, great topping, and great do not forget to have the mix instead of anything else in regards to settings, because the other settings, you can play around, see what you'd get, but in the end, the mix, it creates this mix, it creates this beauty of great blending in, which is inconceivable to be any different than the greatest perfection that the world has ever seen. I mean, if you look at this, can you not see perfection? Can you not see how sweet it is? How it can go around your teeth and blend in with a physical feeling crushing between your white or yellow teeth, in which case is good and bad, and there is no good and bad, everything is good. Yes. Now, important and foremost, in the process where we will have to market this donut, market it to the public so they would know, they would be tasting greatest delight the world has ever seen. So put forth your camera. Put it forth in the best angle possible for your donut to experience the magnificence of Bollywood, not Bollywood, to experience the best part of being photographed. Yes. Putting forth this camera now gives you the ability to change the contrast of the picture and also how your end result would appear. Of course, you could tweak around stuff here and there and give it more color or less color, but in our case, it is important for us to give it light, because in light and darkness, we have yin yang. You know yin yang? Yes, you should know yin yang. It gives equilibrium to things. It gives the sparkle that has been missing for millennia on this planet, this extinguishing planet, which we are reviving through giving forth donuts, bringing back the greatest donuts, the ancient donuts that have been forgotten by civilization. So put forth your light. Put forth your sun. Yeah, put forth the shadows away. Chase them away to the corners and visible to the camera. And do not forget to attach the sparkle. The sparkle called bloom that the camera has the ability to put forth. And in that bloom, you give the same pink color that the light would emit, so the donut could be complemented of its great texture, of its great taste, of its great shape. Yes, shape. So ramp up the resolution, ramp up to 8K or 12K, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy them so much so you would be never forget of what you did on this glorious day. Yes, day, of course. And now that you have found yourself to the end of time, where we are concluding this presentation of donut creation, I want you to understand the great fundamentals. Yet we are not really here to make a donut. We are here to make perfection, and nothing less, nothing more. Because what is more than perfection? Adding a modifier that would make this aged donut round. We have now, with a modifier, which you can see, achieves roundness. You would have thought, how did you do this? How is this possible? Yes, it is possible with the modifier that created now not perfection, but paradise. We are in bloody paradise. And together, in this moment which we have shared, you have learned how to do donut of paradise. This is the end game. This is the last step. Revolutionary 3D modeling donuts. 3D modeling altogether. Never forget what you saw today, for you have witnessed something special, something magnificent. Never forget.